honey barbecue Utz, man. They never fail. Brent Faiyaz has been able to carve this space in R&B where he's kind of in a lane of his own. There's not many other people that can successfully create this dark and toxic persona without seeming super fucking corny. But the guy's got the chops. I mean, he's got an afro and chest hair, and he wears shirts halfway buttoned up. I mean, this guy's not trying to take Kaylee on a fucking picnic, okay? He's a fuckboy. He's kind of at this point where he's kind of got like this covert vibe about him. He's like if Batman got a hold of a Frank Ocean and a Lauryn Hill CD and just like decided, I'm gonna do this. I just love the miseducation of Lauryn Hill so much. What's up, guys? Welcome to SOLETRACKS, your source for the fire and sneakers and music right here on YouTube. Drop a comment and like below if you mess with the movement, and if you don't, you already know you can get the fuck on. Yep, today we are back with another album reaction / review, and it's New Music Friday, so you know what that means. We got some new music here, and today we are getting into none other than the DMV's own Brent Faiyaz. I mean, this guy has garnered a pretty good amount of hype over the past couple of years. He's known for his peanut buttery, silky voice over top of some dramatic and eerie and dark production. And he's also known just for his cynical and conniving, but also introspective lyrics, detailing his views on the world and how he feels about relationships and how he deals with women. I mean, he just dogging them out, you know what I'm saying? His entry into the music scene was his best shot as encapsulating this dark energy, in my opinion. His self-titled album from the group Sonder was a short but sweet mix of spaced out trap soul and 90s R&B influence from producers D-Pat and Atu. Brent threw in his cynical lyrics and his silky vocals to create some supreme late night tunes to cheat on your girl to, or dude. After this, Brent seemed to venture off to go into his more prominent solo career, releasing his first album, Sonder Son, which was damn near a perfect album in my opinion. It featured Brent on slightly brighter tones, and it gave a more classic neo soul and R&B influences as far as the production on the album. And it also features him detailing his upbringing and struggle trying to make it into the music scene. And 3 years after this, he decided to go deeper into the dark cave that his music comes out of with the somber but experimental sounds of Fuck the World. This played more like a mixtape in my opinion, just because it was so short. It was only 10 tracks and it had a less cohesive set of songs. It seemed like Brent wanted to focus more on creating the sonics of the song and getting a catchy hook and refrain in the song rather than some fully fleshed out material. But there are some great tracks on there like Been Away and Let Me Know and F the World. And it seems that in between now and the release of his last album, he's really picked up a lot of fans in between that time. So there's some considerable hype for this new project titled Wasteland. And Wasteland, it's pretty long, you know. It's got 19 tracks, about an hour and 4 minutes long. So this seems like Brent's first real shot at creating a fully fleshed out and maybe even conceptual album. I'm excited to see what this is about. Hopefully we can get some more production from D-Pat and Atu on here, because I just love that Sonder, and we haven't gotten anything since 2016, 15. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's dive into this. Brent Faiyaz, Wasteland. And before we get into this, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because I still gotta go to a day job. I ain't made enough money off YouTube yet, you know what I'm saying? So I need you to subscribe so we can start eating. And let's get into this. Okay, that was the intro, Villain's Theme, and that featured what seems to be Georgia Smith, according to Genius.com. It seems like it was just like a conversation or bits and pieces of a conversation over top of some nice like cinematic, kind of like, you know, sounds like an introduction to something. I really did like the really clean sounding track in the background. I like the strings going on, the pizzicato. But yeah, Brent and Georgia, mostly Brent on here, kind of seems to be talking about getting to the point, it seems like. He kind of talks about people who refer to him or his lyrics as toxic. I see that he's saying that, it's kind of like he's getting straight to the point. He's not wasting any time. And it may seem like it's coming out harsh, but it's all better if you just keep it honest and kind of just look at it like that. And I kind of can see that connection with his lyricism on his prior tracks. He does have just that straight to the point, kind of blunt approach to lyricism. And it does kind of give you a different glimpse and a different look at things, the way he says things. And I'm kind of glad he gives that perspective on it. Got some production from No ID, Raphael Sadiq, Jordan Ware on here. It's looking good. I was always holding you down. Brent's just got those vocals like a peanut butter sandwich, man, with butter on it. Just real 90s R&B vibe. It's there. It's there. For one, this instrumental is amazing. It really reminds me something reminiscent of that Sanford album. Maybe it's the strings, maybe it's the little synth going on in the background. The whole thing seems very cinematic, and I like it. I love it, actually. Oh yeah, Loose Change, that's a great opener. I really like the instrumental on there. I love the string sections that came in the back end. Like I said earlier, just made the whole thing seem very cinematic. But I think what ties this whole thing together is Brent himself. First off, his vocals, I think he did a great job at layering, kind of made his presence more known in the track. Made everybody pay attention. But also the lyricism on here, just like he was talking about in the intro, he's giving you blunt, realistic lyrics, kind of like just direct. On verse 3, he says, "You want to be my equal, you won't even do the half. This shit don't add up. You don't even know the math." And then he goes on to say, "Sometimes I want to beat your ass." You know what I'm saying? So it's like maybe he can relate to more people by just being super direct. I don't really see it as toxic. I think maybe he's just a realist. But yeah, I'm fucking with Loose Change. I really like the cinematic feel of it. I love the minimal but like necessary little add-ins that went in throughout the track, and of course Brent did his thing. Gravity's a single that came out a little while ago. So I'm pretty sure we all had a good amount of listen to this track. But I can't lie and say that I actually paid attention to the lyricism of this track too much. I kind of just vibed out to it. I love the really heavy, thick bass on there. It kind of just gives you, that momentum throughout the track. Brent Faiyaz goes in on the first verse, kind of gives basically a rap verse on here, you know what I'm saying? And throughout the song, the theme of the song is pretty much being held down by, shawty at home. You on the road, you a superstar, you're Brent Faiyaz. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't, you busy, you know what I'm saying? You can't sit and text all day. You're doing things, you're moving. And then when your girl call you, she probably just think you out here fucking bitches. But you not fucking bitches. You out here putting that work in. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, you know what? You held me down when I was out, but I don't want you waiting around for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you waiting too long. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and get on. That's basically what he's saying. But Tyler, the Creator, you know what I'm saying? Although he gave a pretty short verse, it did add into the theme of the song. And, he definitely just made it a little more vibey. I wish he would have, gave us a little more. Maybe he could have gave us some production on here. That would have been tight. But, I can only ask for so much. I'm only a man. I'm only a mere man. Am I Denzel Washington? I'm Denzel Washington.
I was outside every day, trying to make it home to you, babe. When I get on, it's gonna be amazing. When we get it on, it's amazing. Let's talk about us if you hear me out. They only love me cause they see me getting money now. Know your flaws, I know what makes you who you are, girl. I wish I had all the answers to know your heart.
Tight little interlude, you know what I'm saying? Real tight, real small, real petite, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I fuck with Heal Your Heart. The verses was cool. And he's like, yo, I want you, you know what I'm saying? I know shit is fucked up, but I want you and I want to work it out, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had the answers, you know what I'm saying? But I'm willing to make it work type shit. The vocals on here, of course, Brent does what Brent does. That's a terrible description. I just really like the conciseness of it. I like the vibe of it. Nothing too serious. Kind of Brent and his silky peanut buttery vocals again on a short little interlude. I like that one.
You alright?
What the fuck?
Oh shit.
You know I'm not from LA. I don't have any family out here, so I have no support system during my pregnancy. And you said, don't worry about it, that you were the only love and support I needed. What the fuck happened to that? I feel very fucking alone.
Downstairs for my ride to the airport. I don't want to make you more upset.
Damn, bro. Brent ain't shit. Yeah, Brent ain't shit for that, man. She really just like poured her heart out to you, dog. And you was just like, yo, this is my manager. That's crazy. Yo, it's cool though. I'm a dip out a little bit. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you.
We both still young, so what's the rush? The night is young and we not drunk enough. You'll come around if I don't do too much. We had our downs, but we had way more ups. Let's make love. That be the reason that you always hit me up. So
This instrumental sounds something like, it almost reminds me of like a Clams Casino beat. It sounds like something like A$AP Rocky would have rapped on like during like the first part of his career. Just like those airy and gritty synths and, the real minimal trap beat going on. Says it's produced by Brent too, so that's kind of tough.
only I could pay the bills with my love for you. We be the richest in the fucking room. We be so comfortable. Girl, it's only you for me. No lie.
That was dope. I fuck with All Mine. I think the production was definitely the highlight. Definitely reminds me like some influence from, Pharrell and Tyler the Creator. Just how kind of like glitzy and quirky the beat can be. Definitely tough though. So it was produced by Brent Faiyaz himself. That's definitely a feat. But as far as the lyricism, I mean, he basically has his ex wrapped around his fucking finger. You know what I'm saying? Even though she left, you know what I'm saying? He knows how to get her back. He says, you know what? It's the sex. You're going to come back for the sex. You can come back for the dick. You know what I'm saying? For the money. You know what I'm saying? You liked it. It's all mine. I know I treat you like shit, but you know what I'm saying? I love you, girl. Pretty much. I really like the lyricism on here. I love the chorus, how layered his vocals were. Yeah, this was a vibe. This was a super vibe.
This one take me off of here.
Oh, shit.
This one knock me off my square.
Huh?
Yeah. Can't fake a smile inside to wear.
Talk about it.
Nah, it's true, love that shit too rare.
Oh,
I whip so fast, you don't see no flaw.
God damn. Damn.
It's so bad, she blew you off.
Oh.
Whoa. Things they want. I swear it isn't everything. It isn't everything. I swear it isn't everything.
Speed it up, 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 speed it up. What you doing, Brent? What you doing, Brent? What you doing, Brent?
This one take me off of here.
Yeah.
This one knock me off my square.
Damn.
Oh. Can't make a smile, it's hard to wear.
Nah.
This one no love, that shit too rare.
Yeah. Whoa.
Come on, whip so fast, don't see no flaws. You don't need someone to make you feel better than you've ever felt. Why it's a dream.
Yeah.
You, baby.
Yeah.
That ain't my style.
That ain't my style, baby. I ain't selling dreams. That ain't my style. Woo.
This one knock me off my square. Look at that. I can't fake a smile, it's hard to wear. My whip so fast, you don't see no flaws.
Ha.
My bitch so bad, she blew you off.
Price of fame. Price of fucking fame. 6 minutes, 20 seconds. Pretty long song. And that was a ride right there. Song starts off with this crazy fat bass. Crazy beat. It's just slowed down. It just hits way harder that way. I think that's my favorite part of the song still. But I also love the lyricism on there. He's talking about fame isn't everything, you know what I'm saying? It's not all great as it seems to be, coming from his perspective, you know what I'm saying? The song speeds up. It's pretty much the same song, just a little sped up on the second verse of the first part. But then part 2 kicks in. Things get real minimal. They kick out that bass. Just some glitzy pianos and some guitars going on. Brent's voice steals the show on here. He gave some great vocal runs on the first verse and the bridge of that song. And also the lyricism kicks in again. I never said that I was best in the world, but I'm the best for you, girl. I love the lyricism on the second half, man. You can definitely tell that Brent has a lot of influence from 90s R&B because it just feels his vocal runs and the way that he layers his vocals definitely is reminiscent, almost like an R&B group. You know what I'm saying? So I really fuck with this. This probably is my favorite song so far.
My life is gold, and I love the rush. I like your bitch on me. Oh, baby. I need it all the time.
Hey, they gave Brent that budget for the album, and he said, "Hey, yo, where the fucking orchestra at, nigga?" I love a good string section in a song, man. It just really like makes it, you know, it makes you feel expensive. It makes your ears turn into gold, you know what I'm saying?
They said they be ballin' while they lying. Trying to stop like they be on the prime.
What?
Fuck a one and dime, we do dinner now. Read between the lines, we be in and
Come on, Alicia, talk.
bring the car front and walk me out.
Whoa.
Drive her rain outside my house. I'm staying in the night. Been I, we know who you trying to be. You fly, ain't nobody hides me. Baby, I'm a choosy lover, honestly. Rely on me like pages in your diary.
Nah, you gotta spin the block, bro. After the Alicia verse, you gotta spin the block on the chorus. Nah, you can't just deck out like that. Nah, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up, Brent. You're a dickhead for that. Ghetto Gatsby was tough. It was very minimal. Pretty much just a bass line, some strings, and voices. I love Brent's lyricism again on here. He's basically talking about, you know what I'm saying, this lifestyle that he's living and trying to adapt his girl to that. You know what I'm saying? He said, I gave you the money. I helped you pay for the Maybach. You know, I really gave you this lifestyle and you still ain't fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? You still ain't happy. So basically he's like, if you can't get with it, then, you know, I'm out. Other than Brent, Alicia really fucking took the show on here. I was definitely expecting some vocals from Alicia or some singing, but we got a whole little rap verse. Shout out to Alicia Keys, man. She definitely gave us she came on here real sounding like just real smoky, you know what I'm saying? She sounded like a fucking candle. The song already is just like real somber, real low key, it sounds real cool. It sounds like they recorded this with like suits on and shit and real like gold and silver dresses and shit. But yeah, I love Ghetto Gatsby. Alicia Keys really did her thing on here, just bringing the bars. Yo, yeah, yo, check it, look, hey. If you wanna waste your time, waste your time with me. Waste your time with me. You could have all the space, all that you need. Wasted with me.
Get your ass an apartment, put you inside a G-class, that's just the start. Kid, plenty bitch got a life, but none of them is a thought of it. New piece around my neck is chess games, cause shorty Princeton, Prince Charming. Disappointment, I stay expecting it. The pessimist, gold medalist, flush the magnums just so they not collecting my specimens. Damn. The way she with Poppy, man, you would think she's the boy is back, I never turn my back. I just slapped them, so now all that they see is my back. Say that damn Maybach bands with me in the back.
I know, that song's been out for a while now. But god damn, bro, that's it right there. That's how you do a fucking R&B song, bro. That's R&B and hip hop perfectly placed together. And I know I always talk about how I love Pharrell production. I love the Neptunes production, but goddamn, this is why. There's so many great things about this song. But even this song being released prior to the album, it does make a lot of sense within the track list. Definitely the glitz and glamour of the song comes from those string sections. And with Brent putting those string sections in other songs too, it kind of just makes this, a perfect fit on here. So I definitely see where he was going. And even the lyricism kind of ties in to the theme that he's going with. And come on, man, Drake, really, I don't understand Drake's process of featuring, because sometimes it seems like he doesn't give his all, but on this one he gave his all. Like, that nigga showed these niggas like, yo, y'all know that I'm like one of the best rappers out here, right? And not just like metaphors and stuff. Word disappointment, I stay expecting it. The pessimist, gold medalist, flush the magnums just so they not collecting my specimens. Damn, the way she with Poppy, you would think she's a veteran or rememberist. Cleaning lady sweep the room daily for all the evidence of everything I ever did. Like, that is premier rapping, folks. It doesn't get much better than that. Like, fuck. I love this goddamn song. I love everything about this song. The chorus, you ain't got time to waste it with me. This is a great track. Even months after releasing, it still hits hard.
Sorry in advance if I let you down.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry in advance if I let you down.
Sorry in advance. I'm sorry.
Just spilled Louis 13 on my McQueen. Damn. Back the fuck.
Spilled Louis 13 on the fucking McQueens, yo. Rolling Stone was dope. It's another one of those minimal songs. Bass line. Some piano lines in there. I love the little sample. The dun, 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 dun. Brent gave some premier vocals on the chorus on there. The way they were layered, like, that shit was like a motherfucking like those peanut butter and jelly sandwich when you really hungry. Instead of the 2 breads, you get the 3 breads. That's how it was like. It was crazy. I really like the lyricism on here again. I mean, this whole album, Brent has been going crazy with the writing. I love how he's just talking about, his lifestyle kind of leads him to be, a person that's loved and hated at the same time. And you know what I'm saying? He's apologizing, for being a Rolling Stone, pretty much, I love the last 3 bars that he gave on here. I'm rich as fuck and I ain't nothing at the same time. People hate me and they love me at the same time. I guess I'm everything and nothing at the same time. That's just a great bar of introspection there.
So if you ain't the one, you find me some money, you find me a plan, 'cause I'm running out. That's on me.
got backup, now these bad bitch keep starving. Money keep calling. Pussy ass niggas keep starving. Yeah, niggas just touched down. I just got buzzed down. Brand new wrist on bars. Yeah, fuck a bag up, can't call it. Yeah, bitch, ooh, it's a Friday. I get my money in 5 ways. I'm in the driveway, diamonds on me like Zimbabwe. Bitch,
Me, fuck is you talking about? Yeah, all if you hear me. Baby, I see you so much in my dreams. We didn't work it out. Fuck is you talking about?
Fuck you talking about? This was a cool little track right here. Definitely a change of pace from the previous couple tracks. A little more fast paced. I love the chorus on here. I love how Brent came in, you know, with the vocals, and then after, you know, gave us a couple little bars, little slick bars on there, you know what I'm saying? That was cool. And then a guest verse from Junie. He kind of just fucks it up on here. He's talking his shit, you know what I'm saying? Not going too crazy. He just on there, you know, talking his shit. And I fucked with it.
Lightweight.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. You stole my shit again.
That's what you get. Who is it?
Oh, bitch.
She probably saw us on the red carpet tonight.
Shit, I don't know.
Fuck.
It's not a big deal anyway.
What?
It ain't like y'all got a baby or nothing.
Hey, yo. Shorty, chill.
Damn, I ain't never drink.
Alright, man. God,
So I'm drop you off at the take me to the airport.
You can tell him in 10 minutes.
Oh, shit.
That was a skit titled Oblivion. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? You know, it was a pretty nasty little skit. You know, it was pretty raunchy. Basically, it's a conversation between Brent and someone who's not his girl. I'm guessing like he's like fuck it at this point. Yeah, I mean she, you know, he's about to catch a flight and they're about to get it in before you know they dip out of there. Pretty much his girl calls while in conversation with the girl who is not his girl. She says it's not a big deal anyway. It's not like y'all got a baby or nothing. Oh man. And then, you know, things proceed and they proceed and Shorty calls again and she picks up while the fellatio is happening. Man, it's crazy, bro. That shit was wild. Shorty's a wild demon. She is there to fuck your life up, bro. Get away, man. Get away. The sound effects was a little nasty though. I don't know if I can listen to that one again, man. I'm good on that.
These days, no Kumaye. Niggas be blasting. Living in the mix of this shit might drive you mad. Feeling pretty mixed up, but this life shit ain't no bad.
Dead Man Walking's another single that was out prior to the album. And none of these singles I really listened to a lot before the album came out. So I didn't really over listen to them. This is still kind of new to me, which is why I chose to still listen to the whole track. But this track definitely gives me like a reminiscence of kind of like The Weeknd in the early stages of his career when he was pulling out the House of Balloons and the Thursday mixtapes, and just how, you know, dark and eerie the track is and how the sonics of the track are, but also the lyricism and how he's talking about living this fast life. I think it just gives a lot of reminiscence to that early Weeknd style. But I think this track definitely does have some of the best sonics on the album as far as like just meshing it well together. I love the beat that comes in on the back half of the song. Yeah, the production on here was definitely top notch. Produced by Lil Reese, D-Pat, Brent Faiyaz, and Jordan Ware. All pretty notable producers here. Glad to see D-Pat back on some tracks with this guy. Yeah, this was sounding good, definitely. Wow. Hey. Yeah.
Maybe it's the love, the drugs, the weed, the pussy. Maybe it's only a bug. Maybe I don't need a hug.
Okay, Addictions featuring Trey Amani. This kind of was in the same vein as the "Fuck You Talking About" song featuring Junie. Kind of like, you know, songs more upbeat and featuring a rap verse. I did love the beat on here. It's really hard to lose with those drums in my opinion. And I love Brent's chorus and verse on here. Gave a great vocal performance, just like he's been doing on the whole album. But while I do think the verse from Trey Amani on here did fit pretty well, I do think that this song could have been a little better if Brent showed up a little more. I really liked how Brent's first verse went so well that I kind of just wanted more Brent. But Trey Amani did his thing on here. He definitely kept within the theme of the song and definitely matched the momentum of the song. So it definitely wasn't a bad verse at all. I think the song just could have, you know, been elevated a little bit if we got another Brent verse on here at least. Seems as if after this skit titled Oblivion that he's kind of going down this hole of fuck it, I'm going to do whatever I want a little more now. I'm kind of seeing the theme where instead of going back and trying to convince his girl that, you know, you should be with me, now he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to feed into this lifestyle that I've already been living without you, and it can go one way or another at this point.
So GT3, no more shows, no MTV. So you won't step back and tell you leave. This way you can go after you come with me. No matter, don't need us tomorrow. Calling me what tell me what you want. You say you had enough, cause my time ain't enough. But it's never enough for you.
Role Model is probably one of the most interesting tracks on here. Definitely on the production side, mostly. I kind of like those blaring string sections going on. And the beat on here is kind of influenced by pop music rather than like the traditional R&B or anything that he's done prior to this song on the album. So it was definitely different to hear something like this. Definitely was a little off kilter in comparison. I had to get into it a little bit. But I do like the instrumental on here. Shout out to Paperboy Fave, No ID, and Jordan Ware and Brent on the production here. Definitely felt a lot of like Kanye influence, like Graduation to like Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy era Kanye on here. Just because of like the string sections, I definitely could have heard that era Kanye just like come on here and kill that shit. Yeah, this was such an interesting track to me. I do like the lyricism on here. Don't leave the house tomorrow. I gotta meet with Audemars. Tell me what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just flexing on here. And he's saying if he's gotta be a role model, he's gonna be like Jimi Hendrix. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just such a tough bar to go with. You know what I'm saying? I also think it's pretty fucking grimy when he says, I could teach you how to ball if you just let a nigga be. We be so high, that's why we so low key. She wanna fly out with you. Let's make 3. Like that's a grimy bar right there.
Hope you doing what you want. What you want?
I don't know. My new bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch front like Jackie Brown.
Life move fast and you do what you want. I decide what I want. Hope you doing what you want. What you want?
I don't know.
Jackie Brown. Okay. This was a cool little joint. I really like the atmospheric sound of it. Definitely kind of gave more of like a trap soul influence there. Pretty minimal track. Not much going on. You got Brent with some high-pitched vocals on here. Yeah, this was a pretty cool song. Definitely one of the more catchy songs off the track list. My new bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me. She too scary. My old bitch find like Jackie Brown. I don't want to love her. She too down. Yeah, I mean, lyricism is on point here. He's basically saying like he can't commit to anything You know what I'm saying? His life is too fast. He's living too fast of a life to commit to anything right now. And he just wants a shawty to just like, you know, be there, but not love him, but be there, but also just leave him the fuck alone. I feel like that's what he's getting at this point.
It's over now, you're gone away. Still I can feel your energy. Someday your DNA. Oh babe, I may be a fool. Why you wanna see me so caught up? All that I'm asking for is answers of you. I'm always having somewhere. I thought that we'd be everything that I had hoped.
Bad Luck. Another clean joint, you know what I'm saying, from Brent. Love the beat on there. I love the upbeat energy. I love the vocal refrains. Only problem I have with these last two songs are that why are they so short? You know, it's like he brings the beat in, does a verse, then it's time to come back and do the verse after the chorus, and he's just like, nah, I'm gonna end the song. Y'all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Songs are short these days. People have short attention spans, but I don't when it comes to music. I'll listen to that song. You know, it just feels a little half-baked to me. You know, not saying that the song is bad at all. The song is great. It just needs to be longer. I want to be here longer, Brent. You know? Yeah. But Bad Luck was tough, though.
And I'm a terrible mother. You don't deserve a child. You definitely ruined her life.
What do you mean I don't deserve a
You
child?
will never see this baby. I wanted to come to the place where I fell in love with you.
Oh my God.
I want my last memory to be where I was the happiest I've ever been.
I know where you at. I'm coming. I'm already on the PCH. I'm almost there. Don't do this. Hey, don't hurt yourself or the baby, please.
No! You can't always get...
That was the skit, Wake Up Call. Man, that was fucking cinematic. Basically details Brent and his girl or his baby mama, and they're just having issues. You know what I'm saying? And the baby mama's pregnant currently, and she's, you know, trying to have this baby, but she's having all of these doubts. She's not feeling right. She's upset with Brent. She's like, fuck it. I'm going to take myself out with my baby, or take the baby because it doesn't deserve to be treated like this. And of course, Brent goes and tries to save or tries to reconcile with the baby mama, calls the police, tell him, you know, I'll be there in a minute, don't hang up. And Brent ends up getting in a car crash while trying to get there. Man, that shit was cinematic as fuck. Cinematic as fuck. You know, I heard a lot of people didn't like the 5-minute skit, but I mean, I thought it was dope. I thought it was really dope. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So how can I stand watching you be? And I feel small. Damn, I wish I could change all that. I wish I could change all that. I know you'll never go away. Don't ever leave my side, baby. I'll die. 'Cause I know you're always here to stay. You're an angel in disguise. Don't ever leave my side, yeah, I die. I know you're always here to stay. You're an angel in disguise. An angel, an angel, an angel.
That was the last track, the outro titled Angel. That was a really good closer. The last two tracks of this album took the whole theme on a spin, and I think that it kind of made people feel different about what the theme actually was. On here, he's basically saying, you know, I'm thankful for you. You've been here the whole time, and I can change and I can be somebody different, you know, in order to, you know, make a change, because shit got real, as we saw on that last skit. So, you know, he's definitely, you know, it was a wake-up call, for lack of better terms. Yeah, I really like the lyricism on there, and I loved the additions as far as the music on here. Got some production from Raphael Sadiq on here, and I definitely heard that inspiration on there, vocally and the production style. I love how minimal but also heavy and dramatic the strings were. Brent gave some of his best vocals he's ever brought. The chorus was definitely moving. The lyrics were definitely moving. I love the lyric where he says, when I'm overwhelmed, I take a vacation in my head and don't bring no one else. I guess you could come sometime. That just shows the level of introspection this guy has. And yeah, that was a really lovely song, man. Really lovely song. So now that we've listened to the album front to back, all in one sitting, got some time to think about it, here's what I have on Brent Faiyaz's new album, Wasteland. This shit it's got a lot of potential, and I say potential for this reason. I know that I've heard some great sounds on here. I got songs that I like, even love off a first listen, but this album is the type of album where it has enough there to allow you to sit with it and grow with it, and you'll love it even more over time. Brent Faiyaz's Wasteland is an elegant and varied collection of sounds that shines a light on today's definition of toxic. And the topic of toxicity seems to be the direct theme of this whole album, especially on Villain's theme, the intro skit, which details him and Georgia Smith talking about the definition of toxic. And Brent kind of redefines it as being real, and I can agree with that. Just because something might seem like it's not good or like it's toxic, quote unquote, doesn't mean that it's not real feelings and that there's real effects that come with that. It seems like it's just real life that he's living here, and these skits kind of play like chapters within the album. And songs like Loose Change and Gravity and Heal Your Heart after the Villain's theme seems to detail Brent going through the motions with his relationship, realizing the differences between each other, and noticing that this is not working out in the way that we want and that we are feeling differently. And then after the skit Egomaniac, which details Brent's baby mama pouring out her feelings to him, and he kind of just like, you know, blows it over and is like, all right, you know, I'll see you tomorrow. All of these songs that follow this kind of play into the theme of, we have problems, but you're not going anywhere. I know how to get you back. I always know you're going to come back to me. And this is shown in songs like All Mine and Ghetto Gatsby, Wasting Time. And after that, the skit Oblivion pretty much details his one-off with this woman that's not his baby mama, and you know, they're just really into each other, and it's just showing that he's kind of really diving into this oblivion of living this fast life and having multiple women and doing whatever he wants. The songs after this kind of follow the theme of just living the fast life. On the song Role Model, he even says, if I'm gonna be a role model, I'm gonna be like Jimi Hendrix. Just kind of living with all his vices and embracing his vices at that point. And then after we get to the end of the track list, we get the skit Wake Up Call, and this pretty much details Brent and his baby mama having that final conversation. It seems like kind of like a boiling point that is reached here. The baby mama feels like, you know, they're having a kid, and that it shouldn't be subject to what they're going through and be tied down by the relationship. And so she says, I'm going to end it for her. She shouldn't have to go through this. Ultimately, the skit ends with Brent trying to get to her, realizing that he's fucked up, trying to get to her, and he ends up crashing, getting into a car crash. Very cinematic scenes here. This ends with the track Angel, where Brent comes to the realization that she's always going to be there for him, and that he needs to be better for her and let go of his quote unquote toxic ways. And I really enjoyed the theme of this album and how he chose to tie it together. Even though there are a couple of skits on here, all of them play a part within telling the story of the album. And I feel like that's how you should do skits. They were acted well, produced well, It sounded very cinematic. The skits did their job on here. Aside from the theme of this album, the production on here was premier, with production help from Jordan Ware and Raphael Sadiq. We got a Neptune's track on here, and it seems like he does try to mix it up production wise. Songs like Loose Change, it has those minimal strings going on. This is also seen on tracks like Rolling Stone and the second half of Price of Fame. Then there's songs like Gravity, where it has more of an upbeat tempo, definitely a little bit different with the style of that song being produced by DJ Dahi. Songs like Role Model show the production side where Brent hasn't really shown us. This is definitely different than anything he's ever done, and I kind of liked it. It was definitely different, and I feel like he played into that production style well. Aside from the production, I think the biggest win on this album is Brent's vocals and lyrics. Vocally, he was able to bring his silky voice and make it prominent throughout the album. He has a pretty distinctive voice, but he layered his vocals so well, and his runs were so in the pocket that it just made everything hit right. There's not a song on here that isn't catchy or has a bad vocal refrain. He does a great job of just building up a catchy song and allowing you to sing along with it. And lyrically, he brought his A game on here. He's already proven that he's able to talk about topics that aren't just I love you, I want you to be with me, let's fuck. Like, he brought a pretty good variety of topics on here and angles to talk about relationships, bringing lyrics detailing his life and lifestyle also. But yeah, I think this album it was really good in my opinion. I definitely am going to listen to it a lot more, and it seems like this is an album I kind of just want to be able to just sit down and play the whole way through. But it also does have some great one-offs. If I can go through my favorites, it would probably be Loose Change, Price of Fame, Jackie Brown, Angel, Rolling Stone, and definitely Ghetto Gatsby. But yeah, that was Brent Faiyaz, Wasteland. I'm going to go ahead and give this album a fire rating. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with fire because that's what I thought it was. But yeah, this has been SOLETRACKS. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe down below before you head out of here. Drop a comment. Let me know what you guys' favorite tracks were. Let me know what you thought about the album. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Let's talk about it. Check the links in the description. Check the links in the description for all my social medias. And also check out Channel 426 podcast with me and Kev, dropping every Monday on the SOLETRACKS channel right here. Thank you guys for watching. Again, this has been SOLETRACKS, Brent Faiyaz, Wasteland. SOLETRACKS out.